Hey guys, this is Team 1 Inch here with a emergency teleport Chaos Dragon deck profile, and let's just get started. First off, we have 4 of these dragons. These dragons let you control the grave, and they search each other when you sacrifice or when they get hit and sent to the graveyard. So it helps in the deck really well, and has a lot of synergy with the deck because it lets you control the graveyard because you have to banish. This one you have to banish for a dark, so you can control how many darks that you have in the graveyard for the dad play or just any play in general. So these are really good. Then we have 3 Light Pulsar Dragon. Combos really well with the red MD play because it forms a wall. So when this dies and the red MD is in your graveyard, you can bring this back. You can bring the red MD back and then use the red MD effect to bring this back, so it's like a wall, so that's really good. And next you have two of these. It helps you control your opponent's graveyard too. Like when you're playing Exectors, you can banish the Hornet, the Hornet, so they don't have the Hornet play anymore. So that way you won't lose any of your monsters. One Eclipse Wyron, because it's not good drawing them, but when you mill it off, it's really good because you get to banish the red MD, and then after that you get to use his effect, which is banish him, and when this card is banished, you get red MD to your hand, and you banish this card from the field, and you play the red MD, and you just go off with your Light Pulsar wall and a lot of other things. So that's really good. Next, three Destiny Hero Maliciouses. Yes, it has a couple of consistency issues, but it's really good for your M7 plays or your level 8 synchro plays or your emergency teleports and your Kraybons. And I got this idea from Kanye West 315 because he had a deck profile of it and I liked it, so I just tried to make it a bit different. And yeah, so I'll have the link below to his channel. For the milling engine, I got 2 Raikos. I cut 2 Raikos down because it was kind of slow because you had to set it and everything, and this format it just isn't really for setting because it's just pretty slow. And 3 Lilas because it baits out all of the bottomlesses and like solemn warnings. If it doesn't bait it, great. You get the pop a card and you get the mill afterwards too. You get the mill at the end phase, so that's really good. And it saves your big plays like your dragon plays and your stuff that you don't want to get banished. Next for the milling engine, 2 card troopers because like you get to control your milling, which I really like it, and when it dies, you get to draw a free card, so it's really good. And oh yeah, and also you get to make rank 3 plays, so it's really good. Next, the Torghast engine. You banish a lot in this deck, so you're gonna need to find a way to get them back. Like when you banish a Plague Spreader or use the Plague Spreader's effect and it gets banished, how you gonna get it back? Obviously with these, right? With the Levier play, you can go off really good, and I'm planning to put a third in here since it got unlimited, so pretty good. And now the boss monsters of the decks. Chaos Sorcerer, yes, I know it's at 2, but I still want to run 1 simply because of the fact that banishing in this deck is, I don't know, it's just really heavy, especially when you have to banish 2 cards because you might have to go for other plays later on and you really have to think. Another one is BLS, same thing. Dark Arm, because it's a Twilight deck basically. Red MD, Dragons. Caius gets rid of problems that bother you, like Imperial Iron Wall and like Chaos Hunter, or anything that just counters this deck. So that's it for the boss monsters. Now for hand traps, 2 Trigodias. It's really good because when you go in first, you have the option. Like if you go in first, when you have this card in your hand, you have the option of just passing turn. and then after that punish your opponent if they overextend. Just drop the trag, and then after that you'll have like 6 cards in your hand, so it becomes really fat. So it becomes a free 3K beater, and you can also manipulate the levels for the emergency teleport plays, or the plague spreader plays, or even more plays that you can think of. Next for the hand traps, 3 effect veilers, simply because of the fact that there's a lot of effects going on, and I don't like effects that work against me, so I would like to try to stop that. You can play 3 if you want to, but it's personal preference. Next for the tuners of the deck, 2 Kraybons, cause it's a teledad. Well, it's not really teledad. It's like emergency teleport. So and you can make level 8s really easy. So free Crimson Blader, free Stardust, free Dart Ruler, Archfiend, and just free level 8s basically with anything. Cause the Light Pulsars in the deck is level 6. The Chaos Sorcerer in the deck is level 6. And what else is level 6? Oh yeah, in the main card, Malicious is level 6. So it's really easy to get cards like that into the grave, and just bring them back and just get free level 8s basically. Same with the Plague Spreader, manipulating your grave. When you have 2 Maliciouses in your hand, or you have a Malicious in your hand, you go put it back into the deck. It's just really good because this cleanses your hand basically for the Maliciouses, so you don't have to get bad draws like the Malicious. That's it for the tuners. On to the spells. I play no traps in this deck because you're always most likely gonna have monsters on the field, and you have the Light Pulsar red MD wall, which just basically protects you all the time. So here's the spells. Power card of the deck, the Dark Hole. You know what it does. Dark Hole. I mean, what am I saying? Book of Moon. Basically, stops down the King Rayo, stops Doom Caliber Knights, anything that will give you problems in the deck, like the Chaos Hunter. And it just stops a lot of stuff, like monsters that affect the deck, like Clocking Meru Drago and stuff like that. This is basically for draw power. You gotta lure away your useless dad in your hand. Basically anything that you don't need, and just get free draws off of it. If not, you can still get lights into the grave if you don't draw any dark monsters basically. So really good in the deck. The search of the deck, searches out Lightsworn Raikou, searches out Lightsworn Lila, mills first, and basically you get to search a lot of the deck, so it thins out the deck really nice. Very good card in the deck, because you get to get your last dark in the grave, or your last light. If you and then you get to bring back effect veilers that you already used. So technically you have 3 effect veilers in the deck. So that's really good. Next up we have 1 Foolish Burial, because why not? You're running Maliciouses. You have to get them in the grave somehow, right? Or Plague Spreaders too. The reason why is called Emergency Teleport Chaos Dragon deck. Emergency Teleports, free level 8s on aka Kraybon, plus any of the level 6s that I just mentioned earlier in the video. So very good, and it offers protection too from OTK. So you have the set. Your opponent tries to OTK you, nope. Kraybon comes out, starts paying 800 points, saves you. And in the last cards of the deck, 2 MST. I only play 2 MST because of the Lilas. I kind of count those as MSTs because you can get rid of anything depending on what your choice. And your Kaiuses, your Raikous, and your Lilas are your MSTs. So you don't really need that much in your deck for this. You can side the third one if you want to, but it's on you. On to the extra deck. 1 Zector Exhibital, because it opens up a lot of plays. So when you get this on the field, you and you have if you have Light Pulsar in your grave and the red MD, somehow your opponent will get through the wall eventually, right? So you will get this out. It's a rank 6, so it's easy to get out. So basically, you would equip this onto it, right? So you detach, blow this card up, blow one of your opponent's cards up. This card effect activates, brings out your red MD, and then your red MD brings out the Light Pulsar Dragon. So now you have 3 cards on the field for the price of 1. So that's really good in the deck. A lot of synergy into the deck. Opens up a lot of plays. One Photon Strike Bouncer screws up a lot of decks like Boojins and Fire Fist, because they can't activate their cards, and if they do, they get burned for it. So very, very, very good. And it gets you any level 6s in the grave, or darks or lights into the grave that you need. And it's possible to make it with this. And what else in here? You can make it with this. You can even make it with the malicious, or just 2 of these, or just 2 of these, or 2 of the maliciouses. Just make it. You can just make it with any of these, and it's just a lot easier than you think to get this card out. Very good. Now for even more synchro plays, Levier gets back your plague spreader that gets back your used plague spreaders. Anything that you need that's banished, like your Lila, your Raikou, just anything. When you get back your Lila, free MST basically. Pop the card and still get the mill at the end of the turn. Very good. Protection. Zenmaines, when you're afraid of back row, just make a Zenmaines, alright? Now for your rank 4 plays. More protection, baits out a lot of stuff. Problematic cards. More protection, KO. Now for your level 8s, you play these. Very, very, very good. Because you can get them out with any of the level 6s. Oh yeah, and this. You can get them out with any of the level 6s in a tuner that I just mentioned, like the Plague Spreader or anything. So these cards are really good. And plus it's Crimson Blader, so why wouldn't you run Crimson Blader? Because you get rid of Mermails. Mermails are good. In this deck, I was supposed to have a M7 and a Lavo Chain in the deck, but they're just coming in the mail and it's taking quite a while. So sorry about that. And oh yeah, and about that proxy other Kraybon too. Sorry about that too. I couldn't find one in my piles, so I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, that was the deck, guys. That was the deck, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe to Team 1 Inch, and just look up Kanye West 315's channel. He has a lot of great content in it, and subscribe to him and us, and be back for more deck profiles or Vanguard deck profiles or box openings that we have. And have a great day, everyone. Team 1 Inch out.